Is South Africa now a global player? So I read all my comments, and one of the main narratives I've been hearing is, look at brave, plucky little South Africa taking the mighty West to court, really demonstrates how far the West's hegemony has now fallen. I have to disagree. You see, South Africa is acting this way not from a position of strength at all. Michael Walsh, a visiting scholar at the University of California, Berkeley, speaking to Vox, I think, put it very succinctly. I think there's a perception that South Africa has really fallen in its stature on the international stage, and because legitimacy in the international system often coincides with the idea of being a major player, that explains what South Africa is doing right now. You see, they aren't a particularly strong country at all. In fact, many have reported that they are a country that's headed towards being a failed state. Despite decades of advance warning, they have a seemingly endemic energy shortage problem with rolling blackouts 10 hours a day. Their corruption is also infamous, with police officers reportedly taking bribes very widely. Their economy is also shrinking, capital flight is huge, and unemployment is at a quite disastrous 33% as of last year. So to distract the world and to make them appear to be a major player, and perhaps also distract their own citizens from internal problems, they've adopted a very strong non-aligned foreign policy. Donald Trump infamously said South Africa was one of the top 10 countries least likely to support the US in the United Nations, causing America a lot of problems. They also joined BRICS in 2010, joining the revisionist powers China and Russia, hoping to be a pillar in the new multipolar world order they hope to create. Despite being the smallest and least significant member, being the only African nation gave them a lot of leverage and prestige. Furthermore, they've constantly embraced alternatives to the US dollar, and at the start of the Ukraine invasion, they were very critical of the economic sanctions on Russia and refused to join the majority of the world in taking an adversarial stance against Russia. They also later allowed a Russian cargo ship carrying unknown cargo to dock, and on the 1-year anniversary of the invasion, they also allowed Chinese and Russian navies to test in their waters. They also later hosted a BRICS summit in 2023 with the intention of hosting Putin, and they wouldn't confirm whether they would arrest him or not. At this point, it's quite clear that South Africa has been adversarial to the West for quite a while now, and this latest action isn't entirely unexpected. Rather, it's what they've been doing for a long time, wanting the prestige of being on the world stage despite being quite an insignificant power.